What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I've got a video for you. Going to be doing a frag chat on pronunciation. This is kind of a topic that, has kind of irritated me both personally and professionally. I remember in the early days of YouTube reviewers, well before I was reviewing, watching people make jokes and commenting and ridiculing fragrance reviewers' accents, pronunciation, in their comments and stuff. And I just always found it funny that these nameless, faceless, anonymous people are ridiculing someone for using a foreign accent when they're doing an English language review. Because it's obviously really easy to, say, oh, your accent's terrible. I should know my French pronunciation accent is perfect, even though I have no idea who you are and you're typing words on a keyboard. And as well, on the other side, professionally, I was an English teacher for 12 years, so I'm very familiar with, English language rules and, pronunciation, enunciation, accent, all that kind of stuff. So it just irks me to no level I can even explain about this stuff. And it's still, it still goes on YouTube. It comes up on Facebook. It happens on base notes all the time. And I do just find it so funny that these people who are literally just typing on a keyboard are ridiculing YouTubers' accents. Like they are obviously, French linguists and scholars who speak flawless French and flawless English and, have refined accents and pronunciation, which is obviously not true. So I've got a little quote here. This is from an excerpt of an article called "The Key to Non-Anglicized Pronunciation of Foreign Words." Foreign words and phrases, whether naturalized or not, are always given an anglicized pronunciation. The anglicized pronunciation represents the normal pronunciation used by native speakers of Standard English, who may not be speakers of other languages, when using the word in an English context. Now, let me reiterate that quickly for you. Basically, it's saying if you're speaking in English primarily as a native speaker of Standard English, you should never use foreign pronunciation. It should always be anglicized, okay? Now, if you've got a problem, you can take that up with the writer of the article, who is the Oxford Dictionary. Okay, now you can find this online. This is a very common English language rule. It's not like a breaking news story. This has been around for long time. So if you don't like this rule, take it up with Oxford Dictionary, not me. So I've basically proven my point right there. I put the nail in the coffin with no effort. But I want to get into the ridiculousness just to highlight it, okay? So let's take a French fragrance house, because that is regularly the most ridiculed accent that I see. Americans butcher French accents and pronunciation, and your French is terrible, your accent's terrible. So let's take an example. So YouTube reviewer speaking in English, native speaker, talking about Chanel's new one, Edition Blanche. Okay, I know it's not new, but just for example. So they'd say something like, oh, this is the new fragrance from Chanel, it's called Edition Blanche. Okay, and even that, I'm giving a little bit of emphasis on the French there, but basically what they want is they want us to go like full French accent. They want us to do something along the lines of, hey, this is the new one from Chanel. It's called Edition Blanche. Okay? I'm not trying to do goofy accents here. I'm just trying to highlight the stupidity of this thought process. Okay? So if that's how I need to say the name of, a French fragrance house or name, then shouldn't I be doing this in other languages? So for example, a very well-known fragrance all over the world, Armani's Acqua di Gio. So if I'm going to talk about it, in my North American accent, I would say, this is the new one from Armani called Acqua di Gio. But by this logic, I should be going, This is the new fragrance from Giorgio Armani. It's called Acqua di Gio. That's it. That's the logic. I should break into an accent, whatever language, pronunciation, every time I talk about a fragrance with a foreign name. If you want to get even more specific, we can go to a very reputable niche house, Andy Tower. And he's from Switzerland, which is kind of interesting because in Switzerland, they're trilingual. They speak German, they speak Italian, and they speak Romansh. So I don't know which Mr. Tower is. I maybe have to contact him and ask which accent or pronunciation I use when I talk about his fragrances. But another weird thing is though that a lot of his fragrances have anglicized or just English names. One of them, that comes to mind, Lone Star Memories. So when I talk about Tower's Lone Star Memories, does that mean I speak with a German or Italian or Romansh accent, or do I speak it with like a Southern United States accent? I don't know, that's interesting. Maybe I mix all four together. Another one, Tom Ford, very reputable designer, has his own fragrance line, has his own exclusive fragrance line, and I'm quite sure he's from Texas. So whenever someone talks about a Tom Ford fragrance, you should speak with a Texan accent. But Tom Ford has fragrance names in Italian as well as French. So when I talk about Tom Ford's Noir de Noir, do I speak with a Texan accent, or do I speak with a French accent, or do I mix them together like, a French Texan? Not quite sure what the rules are on that, but I'm just trying to highlight just how stupid this rule is, or not even rule, but just the ridicule is. And I can just keep going on and on and on. There's niche fragrance houses from all over the world, even designers, D Squared. Am I supposed to, or not hard for me, but when someone reviews D Squared, are they supposed to speak in a Canadian accent, an Ontario, Toronto, Southern Ontario accent? That's just how stupid it is. So next time anyone in France talks about D Squared, you better say it with a Southern Ontario accent or I'm gonna flip out. Every person that talks about an American fragrance name or an English fragrance name, if you're German or Italian or French and you don't use a perfect English anglicized pronunciation, I'm gonna go crazy and flip out. It's just how stupid it is. When you're speaking in one language, English, you anglicize your pronunciation. It's that simple. Again, if you don't like the rules, write to Oxford Dictionary. Don't complain to us. That's how it goes. So I'd like to hear from you if you're someone who's a stickler for pronunciation. And as well, I have no problem. If you want to go over the top with your ridiculous French pronunciation, do it. Whatever, that's fine. I do kind of like a good attempt, and I think that's enough. If you're completely mispronouncing the word anglicized, then sure. Maybe you should, kind of think things through a bit. But as long as you're giving it a good go in an anglicized, slight French accent, slight foreign accent, or you want to go the whole hog and just, go over the top, whatever. But I'm just saying no one really has grounds to, ridicule or say that it's wrong, because simply it's not wrong. So anyways, I'd be interesting to hear what you got to say about this. Please keep it civil, because I'm sure this will, stoke somewhat amount of hatred or, juvenile behavior between viewers or, subscribers, whatever. Keep it civil, that's all I ask. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.